àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Good morning. This is Maiyegun General, and this is Maiyegun Political Live. So I have to apologize to you, my lovely, amazing friends, for last night. Something happened. We couldn't have the broadcast last night, and good enough. I will drop this morning because I was prepared for it. Then we will have another one later tonight. Okay. So yes, a lot has happened. And the most raging and reigning situation, or let me say the raging, topic right now in Nigeria, even outside Nigeria, are number one, the SARS brutality, the police brutality, complicity, the killings of, good morning, bonjour, bonjour to all of you. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining me. So we've heard about the SARS protest, which has now been declared all over the country by different groups who are very much ready to take it on this barbarity and the killing in Nigeria. We have seen them in Edo, we have seen them in Lagos, we have seen them in Abuja, but today seems to be the biggest of the biggest. And in fact, those who went out yesterday in Lagos, they actually slept at the police headquarters in Lagos, and they are saying they are going to take it again. Thank you very much, Liz. I know some of us are going to be at work this morning, but so many people are also going to be still in bed. But nevertheless, everyone will actually catch up on the video later. So thank you so much for you keeping up with me this morning as well. So thank you. So you see, some dedicated young men and women who are determined, who are not swayed by the semantic, by the deceit, or by the threat that, if you try to challenge them, you're going to get killed. Well, I'm going to go to Edo because a lot happened. A lot has happened in the last 72 hours. And that is why, as usual, we always catch up. So they took the campaign of End SARS, to the Oba's Palace. They took over the entire street in Benin City, and they actually made deputy governor of Edo State to address them on police brutality. Also, in that same Edo, where we saw the crowd robbed a police officer of his phone, and eventually that led to another fight right there. But another news that we have actually received last night is that Boko Haram's government has approved over $500 million to start monitoring the frequencies, the radio frequencies of the IPOB, Biafra Radio in Biafra land. You beat that. That Nigeria is going to spend, after all they have spent to equip their army to go on the brook and start killing the Biafrans. Do you know that there are over 69 Biafrans who have done nothing currently in detention in Imo State. Can you beat that? Over 69 of them. They were arrested because they found them. They found IPOB. What do you call it? IPOB paraphernalia on them, right? Or memorabilia or so on them, simply because they claim to be Biafrans. Do you know that they have been in detention in Nigeria for the past, for the past 2-3 months in Imo State? So just know that. Now, the Buhari's government, after declaring the IPOB peaceful protesters as terrorists, and the same government spending so much money on the Nigerian army to keep killing those that they are addressing as Nigerians, but who chose not to be Nigerians, they are being killed, using their judiciary to suppress them and deny justice. That is the situation in the eastern part of Nigeria. But yesterday, Buhari's government approved 645 million naira to what? To monitor how IPOB and all other organizations that are, campaigning for the Biafra Republic, mostly IPOB in the eastern part of Nigeria. Nigeria will spend 640 something million to do that. So we're going to talk about that this morning, okay? Then we're going to talk about the fake Pastor Ruga. Fake Pastor Ruga that came out. Sometimes when Osinbajo talk, right, you will think he's not part of the government. You know what I mean? Like, it talks as if to say he's a consultant to Buhari's or APC government that is just offering advice. He's not part of that government. You know what I mean now? So, just a moment. Well, I think we are fighting for everything. Plenty water, 77, my brother. And when there is no justice, there is no rule of law. You know what I mean? A rule of law represents justice. Rule of law means that if the law says you have every right to assemble a lawful gathering, the Section 40 of the Nigerian useless constitution gave you the power to lawfully assemble. Do you get that now? And that is the law. And when you have a rule of law, right, then you have justice, then you have law and order. So without rule of law, without justice, there will be no law and order. And we should all know that. You know what I mean now? It is a two-way thing. The government cannot be irresponsible and at the same time expect the citizens to always be responsible to them. Like, you live by my rule, I don't live by my own rule. That's what they say. That won't work. That is what will bring the chaos. And that's exactly what we are now experiencing. What do I stand for? I stand for justice. You know what I mean? If you are a Biafran agitating for Biafra, it is your right. It doesn't matter how the Nigerian system feels. It doesn't matter how other Nigerians feels about it. It is the right that is guaranteed, entrenched, even in their own useless tissue paper called the Constitution, 1999 Constitution. They don't respect it. They are making other illegal laws that will give them total control when they give nothing back. Do you get that now? So the government that cannot bring unity, the government that cannot bring probity, the government that cannot really, in genuineness, tackle corruption, the government that actually strive in division, divisibility of the country, their utterances, everything they do. I'm going to play you some videos this morning. Honestly, this is going to be a longer broadcast as well, probably another 2 hours, but just take it with me step by step, and you will know why everything they are doing, which is so illegal, should never be condoned. And when it comes to SARS, okay, SARS is an illegal organization, okay, in the Nigerian police force. Meanwhile, after being an illegal organization, right, they are completely illegal. They are just this ad hoc creation that they only created to what? To suppress the poor, to manipulate the poor, and to kill them. I don't know any other way to describe that, right? Now, as illegal as SARS is, there are other components of them who have also emulate the same style of the federal SARS. and they are called SARS, the state SARS. Then they have what they call SAC. Then they have what they call SAT. All these ones are working with the commissioners of police of different states. Those are those who are intimidating, harassing, and even killing people. So when you don't have a working system, when you have a fraudulent country, a fraudulent, completely fraudulent system that allows the impunity, right, the abuse of power to, to rage on and pretend that they are making reforms that you and I know they are not. What do you expect after that? The breakdown of law and order. Yes. Chaos. Yes. Disobedient to the lawful order, even when the orders are no longer lawful. They are no longer lawful. You know what I mean now? So SARS, their mandate, according to what they told us, was that they will go after violent criminals like armed robbers, like kidnappers, any, even those who are like oil bunkers. They go after violent crimes. But you and I know that the news about them is not about how SARS, destroyed the syndicate, kidnapping a syndicate. It is not how SARS, in fact, stopped armed robbery anywhere anymore. The most raging news everywhere is the intimidation, the harassment, the extortion of the citizens they are supposed to protect. That is now all completely illegal and out of their mandate. That is where the problem lies. So you can no longer bring anything in like trying to blackmail everybody and say, well, you two, just look at the way you are dressing. Why are you wearing dread? Or why do you have to dress like a Yahoo boy? Maybe you are also a Yahoo boy. You cannot justify that, because that's exactly the same procedure the criminals in the police are using, profiling you. I'm going to take you to Kano at some point, just to let you know that Nigeria, as much as they are denying the division of Nigeria, we know that Nigeria has already divided. Restructuring that they are now trying to clamor for is a complete scam to keep you glued to the fake Nigeria. And I'm going to tell you another thing today. The fact that they are shouting, Tinubu for 2023, right? We have also discovered the plot that they are also using or plotting to do to hijack the Oduduwa Republic Campaign. I don't have any familiarity with the organizers of Oduduwa Republic, but I support them because, yeah, I do. But there is also something you need to pay attention to. Those who are going to be against Oduduwa Republic are not going to be Igbos. They are not going to be Hausas. They are not going to be Fulanis. They are not going to be from outside Yoruba land. They are going to be Yorubas themselves. And there's something I'm going to show you from Lagos State. When we get there, I'll talk more. But let's go to Edo, where we're going to start. We're going to stop by in Lagos and see people who are taking up with the system. Let's listen to this in Edo.
It was hectic for motorists and other road users on Airport Road, Benin City, as the protesters disrupted traffic in the area. Although the protest was peaceful, the large number of youths and their long convoy of vehicles made the situation uncontrollable. They lamented over what they have been going through in the hands of policemen, especially personnel of the disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad, popularly known as SARS.
We are tired of the situation we are having in these states. We, as the youth of these states, we will dress well and come out. We will be harassed by the police and the SARS. We go still get money to buy better phone. They go see the harass us doing. They go ask you where you for see money to buy phone. SARS don't they use POS that they extract money for we will be the boys for this state.
Putting on good clothes or driving a good car does not make us thieves or criminal. So the problem is, we want to know if we live in a cage or if we live in a democracy. So let them tell us, yes, or we're supposed to look poor and wretched. That's why we're out here today, to protect.
Why don't they concentrate on people with arms, with guns? Just for them to see somebody driving 2.4. They'll go and harass that somebody. Just because they want to get 50,000 from that person.
The banks are cooperating with the police now. The police now have POS, they take along with
with themselves, hold young boys in the streets, take their necklaces, their hand chains, their wristwatches, their phones, their car keys, and use POS to collect all the money in their account, which is very, very wrong.
On citing Edo State Deputy Governor, the protesting youths blocked the entire road by Ihama Junction, where they poured out their grievances to him.
We have suffered in silence for so long. The harassment, sir, is too much. We can't even walk freely with an iPhone S worth just, let's say, 120,000. They feel it's a big deal. A lot of young youth have been dying in Lagos State. Yesterday, a young guy was hit with a gun on his head yesterday in Ondo State, and today is in coma. It could have been one of us here. We don't want it to get to that level in Benin, because it has been happening, but we in Benin, a lot of us live in fear.
A promise by Comrade Philip Shaibu that he will look into their plight calmed the protesters and made them to disperse.
I saw the road was blocked and I was asking what was happening. They said, you guys are protesting over certain things. So I said, let me come down. I walked down and know what it was. So what is going to happen now? I would like to have 5 of you. I'll arrange a meeting between the Commissioner of Police in my office so that you can also have your own meeting.
Yes.
Then write out everything that you've been suffering. All the brutality, all the injustice, write it out.
The Inspector General of Police, Muhammad Adamu, recently disbanded the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad and other tactical squads. Pius Nsogo report.
So, that's from Benin City. It is the part 1. So, people came out, and we have to commend them. Okay? We have to. And all thanks to social media. If not for social media, we know that what the people are suffering in Nigeria are not really shared to the people of Nigeria on the mainstream of Nigeria. Mainstream media of Nigeria. They would rather show you all those criminals that you call your politicians, gallivanting about, flaunting their wealth, throwing their weight about, showing that they are the Lord of the Manors. But social media brought the people on the streets. Don't ever forget, social media is the only weapon of defense that the poor people in Nigeria that they have. And it will take time for them to take that away. But Buhari need to go and spend a lot of money in ending, in shutting down social media in Nigeria. That's the only way they will escape. If they can shut down social media in Nigeria, stop Twitter, stop YouTube, stop Facebook, stop Instagram, stop all social media that Nigerians that they have access to. As long as they don't have that power, they can spend $1 billion trying to find the frequency of Biafra Radio. You know what I mean? It will just be a futility. They can continue to steal the money. It is all they do anyway. Well, here is another version of what happened in Benin. That same yesterday. In fact, this is a funny one.
Nobody dey move.
May they drop the paper.
Don't carry my phone. What's your phone? We can take your paper and motor. We can take your phone. Take your phone. Don't slap me just now.
This is happening in Edo State, Benin City. Police and young men in the streets fighting over their car papers. Wetin? Na their money dey collect. Na so be my brother.
Policeman, hola, na thief. They be thief.
This is happening in Edo State, Benin City.
Yes, I told you. With time, even with their guns, they will run. I don't support violence, okay? And I will never support one. I condemn that all the time. But I do strongly support self-defense. Yes, you can stay back home and say, oh, you want them, they will just kill you if you come out. They will just kill us and waste us. Those are men. The people who are actually suffering the problem on the street. Look at them. A police officer, a SARS officer, a criminal was checking their papers. Meanwhile, it has nothing to do with their papers. It was interested in probably extorting them. People will begin to go after them. And that's exactly what will happen in a lawless country like that. I have another clip here that I'm going to share with you. So exactly what I was saying as well, my Oga, plenty water. When I said those who are pushing for Oduduwa Republic should be careful. They should watch out. We have it from a very, very good intel that if they have not started, yet they are coming. And that is the Tinubu team are going to spend billions on propaganda of Oduduwa Republic. They are going to give billions of money out there so that to them, they can pressure Nigeria to give them presidency, because what Buhari promised Tinubu has become audio. The presidency that Buhari promised him, according to them, has become audio. Now, they know that it's slipping away. So, according to my intel, they believed that IPOB is being sponsored by some politicians who want to make sure that Igbos have presidency in 2023. Can you beat that? The ridiculous, disgusting human beings. To them, IPOB campaign is about how to become Igbo president in 2023. After they have repeatedly said they have no goddamn interest in your destiny, in your Nigeria anymore. But according to Tinubu, well, we can also use Oduduwa Republic to demand for presidency, so that when they say, oh, who should we calm in order to keep one Nigeria, then we should beg Yorubas too. Oh, we should give Yorubas the presidency. Oh, if Yorubas become the president, who cares? The Igbos can do this. Oh, all of these are because they give no damn about the people they are leading. They don't even feel the pulse. They don't understand why people are no longer interested. You know, when you don't understand why people are no longer interested, you can make up things on through your own perception and think what Yorubas want is to be president. I can't change that. I can't change how you feel. I can't change your perception, because some of your politicians also feel like that. But trust me, that the same way they feel that Oduduwa Republic Campaign, IPOB and then Biafra Republic Campaign, they are actually after presidency. The bullshitting that they all entertain within their own occultic circle, right, is what will catch up with them soon, my brothers and sisters. It will catch up with them because reality will finally set in. It will be too late to put a break on it. And that is when they will know that what is actually coming will consume them sooner or later. It's a matter of time. I love using that phrase. Time is the only thing that will separate what will happen between now and then and later. Do you get that now? Let's go back to Lagos. I captured a video. I got one, which I hope I have left it on here for you. This happened in Ebutemeta in Lagos State. This is how they treat Nigerians. And you claim to be Nigerian. Are you comfortable with this? So that is something that people should then begin to get used to. When you see them harassing anybody, right? Don't ask any question. Go after them. Yes, you saw what happened in Edo? Yeah. If all of you don't just stand and hold your phones to record and fold your hands and be wondering what did he do? Why are they doing that to him? Go after them. Collect their gun. Beat them up if you can beat them up, right? And disarm them right there. That is the law, because whatever they are doing now is illegal. If you are not an armed robber with guns found in your car, even when they find guns in your car, what they need to do is to arrest you and get you prosecuted for your crime, not get you executed right there, because they are not in the position to kill you. They are not in the position. They are not in the position to collect your phone. They are not in the position to collect your money. So when you see them harassing people, go after them. If you have to actually burn their car down, please do. It will be legal to do that. It is legal to do that. You know that? Because whatever they are doing, what they are doing is that they are now the criminals who are robbing people on the street instead of going after criminals who are robbing the people. And please don't ask me if it's easy to do. People are already tired. There are people who are tired. And most who are on-boot slaves, obedient fools, and also the sophisticated morons. I am not talking to you. I'm talking to human beings who will never accept the limitation placed before them by the criminal organization who are in charge of a rigged country called Nigeria. I picked up two things, or let me say two statements, while I was doing my pick and pick, choose and pick here and there, that I'm going to share with you today. It is what fake Pastor Osinbajo said about this harassment and killings. Okay, it's important we mention that on the broadcast today. Listen.
I'm very concerned, in fact, sometimes angry about what I see happening, to young men and women who are arrested, or in some cases maimed or killed, by men of the police force, and in some cases those who man tactical units of the police force, such as SARS and the other different tactical units that there are. It is completely objectionable. It's unacceptable. These are individuals who are meant to protect Nigerians. For example, and I think in the statement it specifically said that you cannot have a situation where SARS say they're investigating cybercrime and arresting people, young men and women who are carrying laptops and carrying on their phones. Cybercrime is an electronic crime. There's no way that you can investigate that by seizing people's phones in a taxi or in their cars. So I think it's very obvious that this is a major concern. A few bad eggs within the police force are causing a lot of these, and because it's all over the place in different states, there's a need, of course, to take serious action. I think that the IG statement today is a good first step.
You see, fancy words, making you feel like they are working on it, while you continue to, as I'm speaking to you right now, SARS are harassing people in different parts of the country right now. You will still see hundreds of videos of that today, before evening. And by the time I do my program later tonight, I'll bring you some that are fresh, new ones. And I have to say thank you to those who are standing up, who are not just waiting for these sweet words, fancy words from these criminals who actually they don't do anything, absolutely nothing. The same Osinbajo, I remember, banned SARS in 2018, announced that the SARS is banned and they can no longer go out and patrol or arrest people and all of that. Fancy words, all words, no action. Nigerian politicians, words, no action. You can go back and get killed again simply because they don't give a damn. You want them to talk about it? Yes, they will talk about it. Yeah, as if to say they are not in the position to end it. That's why I'm going to make you listen to the House of Rep Speaker, the Gbajabiamila, on this same issue.
Well, too many of the people we have assigned to protect our citizens have shown themselves unworthy of that calling. Their actions betray our trust and wreak unquantifiable damage on the already frayed fabric of our society. At the heart of the fundamental failure lies the unavoidable truth that we do not have an independent framework for ensuring that members of the Nigerian police force are appropriately held to account when they fail to adhere to the policies and laws that govern their operations. We have long expected the Nigerian police force to police itself. It is now abundantly clear that this was the wrong call. Over the next 30 days, the House of Representatives will work with the Nigerian Bar Association, with civil society, and with Nigerians of good conscience to draft new legislation that establishes a system of independent accountability that, one, holds erring members of the police force to account for their conduct in the performance of their duties and imposes civil and criminal liability for violations of the police code. And two, also compel the Nigerian police force to take responsibility for the failures of training and discipline that leads to such violations. This House of Representatives will act to ensure that these agents of the state, to whom we have assigned the duty to protect and serve, are deserving of the faith and respect of the Nigerian people. I ask for the support of all Nigerians as we begin this endeavor. Let us work together to achieve the vision of a nation where the citizens trust the police to always act in the public's best interest by respecting the rights of citizens and following the due process of law.
All talk, no action. Okay. Remember when the NLC said they were going to start a protest on the 28th of September because of the fuel price increase, as well as because of the electricity tariff increase, right? They met with the government, the criminals in government, the criminals in NLC, the TUC, and other criminal labor organizations in Nigeria who gives no real damn about the welfare of the workers in the country, the workers that they lead. They met with the government and they said the government promised them 2 weeks to do something. And immediately, 24 hours after that meeting, at that meeting, they suspended the planned, national strike action. They suspended that. 24 hours after that, the Buhari's government came out and said, oh, what am I even saying? They started saying, well, we can never get the price down. Nigerians should just have to get used to it. We can give palliatives. We can give support, which they never do anyway. So on the 1st of October, Buhari himself, in his own recorded video, said you cannot compare Saudi Arabia, how much they sell fuel in Saudi Arabia with how much they sell in Nigeria, because it's so cheap. That why can you, how can Nigeria, how can Nigeria fuel be more cheaper than that of Saudi Arabia? It came out, that puts nonsense to the meeting the NLC had with them. Meaning in 2 weeks' time, the NLC will not have they will not even have the stamina to tell the government to reverse anything again, because the government has made it clear. We are not changing it. We just don't want you to strike at all. Forget it. Nigerians should go and live with it. So the speaker, the vice president, meanwhile, in a normal working country, these two individuals are enough to give you peace of mind to say, yes, you will never see any SARS officer in any part of Nigeria harassing or collecting your phone. But you know, it is Nigeria. It is just all talk, no action. You are on your own as always. And that is why people are saying, no. Keep all the rhetorics. Keep all the nonsense. Okay? We will demand for this and it will be done. And then if they find any of these SARS criminals anywhere, the Nigerians themselves will deal with them in their own way. And it doesn't matter if you're a police officer watching me right now. You will be dealt with. Look at me very well. You will be dealt with. If you are found in the company of your other rogue criminal police officers with your guns, you will be dealt with. And if you are lucky, you will live to tell your story. Leave the young people alone. Leave the young people alone. Go after the criminals with guns. If you have any of them doing crime, financial crime, internet crime, what is your EFCC doing? That is the job of your EFCC. And like fake pastor Ruga said, you cannot investigate Yahoo on the street by collecting people's phone. Because we know you are not. You are not investigating Yahoo Yahoo. You are actually looking for an opportunity to extort the vulnerable young people in Nigeria. So if you're a police officer, right, if you don't tell your friends, your atrocity will catch up with you soon, and you may not be lucky to tell the story. Now let's go to Lagos, where it all started last night. But before I go to Lagos, let me show you a scenario where the SARS officers usually get paid whenever they are negotiating their deal. This one gives it a closed caption. Do you get that now? Listen to this short clip.
This AK here, there's no vehicle that is not at AK.
That will surely buy fuel for you.
Are we talking of fuel now?
There's no very anything. I bet.
We are talking of fuel. We have to get a vehicle going directly. Is it complete? Yeah, check this one.
We say the 100. Like in the Kunke, we say the 150,000. Yes, this one is no 100 pieces. 100.
Yes, that's how they get paid. Once they arrest you, they get into your car. You have to sit at the back of the car. One of the officers will sit with you, collecting the money. Two of them will be at the front. One will be driving your car. Another one will be sitting at the passenger side of your car. And they can then drive you around the city for hours just to get you extorted. It is a Nigerian thing. And then until you stop it, you will not be able to stop other things that are actually mitigating against your growth, your progress as a person and as a people. Do you get that now? Those harassing you, intimidating you because they have guns, should think again, because your rage, your anger, it's just brewing. And it's going to get to that high point that their guns will no longer scare you. We are getting to that point, okay? Now, this is where we are in Lagos yesterday. Here is another one. Yes, that was in Lagos yesterday. There were more active pictures, videos of people who came out to say enough. We will not just sit on social media to lament and complain. We will take the fight to them. If they want to kill us, they should kill us in front of their police station and the police headquarters in Lagos. And today, the mother of all rally kicks off. 3 days non-stop protest against SARS and the demand for the end of SARS in Nigeria. I mean, end of it completely. The police in Nigeria, it's so mental, it's so crazy, right? The police in Nigeria, who are supposed to have a branch that are actually dedicated to the protection of the people from the armed criminals, have now used that same organization to become the Armed Robbers Association there, right? They call them Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Do you know what Nigerians call them now? They call them Special Armed Robbery Squad of the Nigerian police force. There is no excuse for them. Every one of them, SAC, SAT, SIG, SON, SONU, anything they call themselves, they should go to places. End them and end the impunity. I think I'm peace.
We are youth, we are not criminals. We are youth, we are not criminals. iPhone no be armed robber, iPhone no be criminal. No be criminal. Dreadlock no be criminal. Because they are dressed fine and no be criminal. Because they get dread, you get tattoo, no be criminal. Amen.
And it's true. that you have dreadlock, I mean, you are wearing dread, or you have a tattoo on you, or you decide to dress in crazy jeans, or you decide to actually put ring in your hair, you know, that doesn't make you a criminal. The only people who see you as criminal are those who are very much trained to profile you. It is the most absurd way of profiling people. I'm talking about the security community. You don't profile people because of the way they appear or they dress. When you actually have some of them who actually dresses like a bunch of, best rogues, criminals, armed robbers. But because they're authorized to carry gun, then they think they can get away and do anything they want in that same shitless place, yeah? Don't worry. I've got something I'm going to share with you, because this time around, I just need to mention this too. In the news, people are now calling on Ogun State Governor to stand up and probably develop his state and stop sharing the state money just the way he wishes. The man that cannot provide a solid, good foundation for education in Ogun State. There is no plan to make Ogun State education better. There is no plan to make Ogun State infrastructure development better. There is no plan to make the youth encouraged to become viable in their own society, to contribute to the growth and betterment of Ogun State. Rather, the state is being frivolous with the little resources they have, while the state watches our own citizens wallow in abject poverty, struggle through abject destruction. It is scary, right? What people have to live through living in Ogun State. It is scary that you have it the same way you have it in Kogi. I got a video from Kogi, and this is just about maybe 10 seconds clip. It is from Kogi, where the Kogi governor, who should be in his own state, dealing with the emergency services that comes with the flooding in his own state capital. He was in Ondo State yesterday promising them ridiculous people, ridiculous human beings, disgusting people, right? So I'll take you to Ogun State, and I hope you recognize this road. Your governor in Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, dubious Dapo, the dubious Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State, who gave 5 million naira, a bungalow, and at the same time, a gift of 5 million naira it is, to Lekon. Lekon that won 85 million, got other endorsement. The guy is already in money, but they need to catch in the cloud chasing too. They need to be part of that. And he's not going to use his own resources. He's going to use the resources of the state that he has refused to utilize and use for the benefit of the people of Ogun State. He gave that out, and it's been roasted everywhere now. He's not the first. Someone ruled the same state for 8 years. His name is Ibikunle Amoshi. Ibikunle Amoshi, that is now a senator representing Ogun Central at the National Assembly, has gone completely incommunicado after his inglorious 8 years of ruin of Ogun State. The youth in Ogun State, they are not different from the youth from other states in Nigeria, those who are living, suffering, and smiling under the most draconian system of government that is built to limit them and destroy them only if they can think. This is how life is in Ogun State as of today. That's just a glimpse of what it looks like in Ogun State. I'm going to quickly share some few ones with you, which is you can do same too. Just go on to Twitter and punch in Dapo Abiodun get to work. Let me see if I can get that up, and I'll show you some horrible pictures. Meanwhile, I've got some pictures from Lagos State where the young people who stayed out last night. Okay, I'm going to share that with you. I think I should before we continue to other things. Okay, bear with me. Let's see if that's the right one. Yes, I've got the right one. So look at this. People, the young people who are victims of SARS in Nigeria, who are speaking up. You have to commend them, honestly speaking, right? So they are camping outside the police office in Lagos, the police headquarters in Lagos. Look at them. That's their tent. Overnight, they slept overnight there. This is the first time in history of Nigeria, in history of people standing up against the draconian system in the country, where people actually had the courage to say, you want to kill us? Yes, kill us. If that's what you wish for, we will stay here until we get to know that all SARS criminals on the street have been banned and they are now declared as criminals that they are actually, by the way. Do you get that now? People stayed outside police station. Now, today, the campaign, the protest has continued. And if you go on to, if you go on to Twitter, where you will be able to get more, okay? So, last night, another thing that happened was that they managed to get a statement from the police, right, to pledge that, in fact, they are going to do their best to end SARS this time around.
It is my pleasure meeting with all of you, and by my side here is Mr. Etim Okwa. Himself too is a Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of administration. I'm sure Mr. Oduduwa has introduced himself to all of you. Well, we learned about your being here. The Commissioner of Police, unfortunately, is not on ground, but let me say it's on ground because that is why we are here. We went out to attend to other duties. We are very much aware of your reason or reasons of being here. We are not equally happy about what is going on generally with our men, talking about the SARS men. No one would have wished that his loved one be killed by the barrel of gun for an unjust cause anywhere. We have brothers, we have sisters, we have children like you all over. So we too will feel very, very sad. We feel depressed by the happenings. And that is why we deem it very, very expedient to come and talk to you that on our own side, the IG has already set up the machinery in action to ensure that the excesses, I want to repeat, the excesses of our men is addressed, and that we are on it. Here in the command here in Lagos, the Commissioner of Police has called all the area commanders, all the heads of department, all the SARS men, anti-cultism, anti-kidnapping, and has spoken equally on this. And warned seriously that on no account should SARS men move out on their own without being given a specific assignment. Hello?
We will force them to agree. Same way we will make them reason that Nigeria is not going to work. You will break it up. And when you break it up, all other fears will be addressed. But you have to break it down first. Break everything up first. Okay? So let's go back to Ogun State. I told you I was going to show you some photos of Ogun State roads. Dilapidated roads. even though their governor is a Father Christmas, right? So I'm going to take you through that talk for the next 2-3 minutes. It's important we leave that on this broadcast too today. So if you type in Dakwa Abiodun get to work on what do you call it, on Twitter, you will be able to see this. And these are the roads, inner roads of Ogun State. Okay? So whatever they tell you about Ogun State, I'm going to show you the true pictures of the state. Their governor is a Father Christmas. In fact, let me be giving you the names. That's what will make sense. Now, according to this here, let's see. So you have somewhere here, I think in the Shagamu of Ogun State. Okay. So you can see their roads. Then I've got another one. This one is actually specifically listed as Shagamu Ikorodu Road in Ogun State. Okay. This is a road I know so well. 10 years ago, I was regular on this road when I was in Nigeria. And it is still the same thing as at yesterday when boys started taking pictures, asking their governor to get to work. Mr. Governor, you are not a Father Christmas. You cannot be sharing the state money, giving it on frivolities, encouraging the young people not to be productive, but to go and join a reality show. That will eventually, if one of them becomes a winner, right? So they can be role models too. They can be youth ambassadors too. Bunch of criminals. This too was reported at Iyano Ilobo. They say from toll gate to Iyano Ilobo, where container fell on a bus. Only God knows how many people died. Okay? But here is dubious Dapo. The Father Christmas of Ogun State. The criminal in charge of the destiny of Ogun State people. He is going to go, obviously. And when Oduduwa Republic is finally barged, these criminals like this will not have a space. They will not have a space in such country. They belong to a country like Nigeria, where this, right, is welcomed. Trust me, in Oduduwa Republic, you will not look out for criminals like this. They will fizzle out with their fake Nigeria whenever Nigeria comes to an end. I just needed to share that with you. Very important. Pass the message on to them and let them know, right? So let's just proceed. They were talking about division and division and division, and we keep telling you that Nigeria is already divided. The criminals from the northern part of Nigeria, right, they have done so well to divide Nigeria along what we rightly were, which is our regions, our cultures, our tribes. Yes, that's what they have done. And they say you need to be in the same country with people you have so many peculiarity with, similarities, in culture, religion, and other things, right? And that is why, even now, Garbage Shehu, that is Buhari's special advisor, God knows what kind of advice, he also, for the first time, actually agrees with us. And guess what? He is being clever by half, because in this video I'm about to play you, he agreed that they have done so wrong by jettisoning what could have been a united Nigeria through the involvement of everyone in the running affairs of their country, not a winner takes it all attitude that they have come to be known as, right? He agreed, but he's saying that those who made Buhari the president, they've not been given enough compensation. It was referring to Tinubu of Lagos State, and it is not far-fetched. But he agrees with us that they have divided Nigeria already, and people have the right to become upset and tired that they're no longer interested. They're not interested anymore. But listen to Garbage Shehu for just a few seconds.
Forced at some point to go into the records. And we did a compilation of the distribution of appointments that the president has made. And to be honest with you, we felt embarrassed that, in fact, those parts of the country that supported the president pushed him into office. we're receiving the short end of the stick. And so the president has a duty to ensure that there is a redress to this. Every part of this country is a part of this government and will be made to feel.
It's not honest, right? He's lying. Okay? So don't take his word. But he admitted that they checked the record, as if to say they were not those who were announcing those appointments and telling the rest of you to go to places. If you don't like it, you can go to places. Buhari can choose anybody he wants to work with. And eventually he chose people like himself, the incompetent illiterates who have now run Nigeria aground and more divided than ever before. But there are some clowns in Lagos State. The Lagos Abobakus, the premium Lagos Abobakus, the humbled slaves of Lagos State. I'm talking about those who have been one way or the other, oiling the progress, oiling the, the machinery of the subservient crude godfatherism system in Lagos State, because they have been beneficiaries of that. And they had this message for the Oduduwa Republic campaigners. That's why I said, if Oduduwa Republic Campaign is going to suffer any problem, it is not going to come from Hausa, it's not going to come from Fulani, it's not going to come from the Igbos, it's not going to come from anywhere else, but from Lagos State, where the demigod criminal, the drug addict, the jagabandi, the jagawiri is dreaming to lead a shithole country in 2023, and his own foot soldiers, the humbled slaves, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, the Lagos Abobakus. I'm talking about the premium Buharidins and Buharididiris of Lagos State. They will come for you if you tell them that Oduduwa Republic is more important. Yes, they will come for you, and they are already coming for you. Guess what? They said they are not going to be part of Oduduwa Republic. Of course, you are not going to be part of Oduduwa Republic. Oduduwa Republic is going to be a liberated land from the grip and then stranglehold of the rent-seeking criminals in Nigeria and their collaborators. So yeah, if Lagosians are going to remain slaves under your colony in Lagos, where Tifnumbu will be the lord of the manor, and you can continue to live in your abject poverty, it is the mega slum that you call the mega city. There's no other state in Nigeria that lie to themselves more than Lagos State. They brag. They tell you that Lagos State is a role model state. But guess what? 90% of them are living in shanties. They are living in shanties. They are living in slums. And you just need to be honest to yourself to agree with me on that, because it is the truth. A slum that they say is part of Nigeria and is indivisible. But let me give you this message about these guys. Yeah, one day they are no longer going to be House of Assembly members, right? They are also not going to have that influence of saying what will happen. Then they will now join the rest and say, in fact, they now understand that Yoruba should go their way. And guess what? Many of them are going to start saying Yoruba should go their way the moment they are Lord of Manor, the drug addict in Lagos State, the Jagawiri, the Jagabandit of Lagos State. The moment he loses out from his own scheme, from his own scheming to be president of Nigeria, and that's going to happen by next year, 2021. The picture is going to come out clearer that the arrangement is dead. Okay? Now, these criminals, these humbled slaves of Lagos State, this privileged Lagos Abobaku, they will change their tone. They will begin to shout to Oduduwa Republic. Ask those who condemned Biafra all throughout in the past 5 years. Many of them today in Igbo land, the Igbo politicians who were castigating, condemning IPOB, condemning Biafran campaigners, many of them now are now singing Biafra. But when they are doing it, they are not doing it with their heart. They are doing it because they know that it is the right thing to do. But they are still trying to blackmail their friends in Nigeria to say, maybe we should even just go and get Biafra. And they are saying, oh, if you don't give us a Igbo presidency, we will just support Biafra. They are fake criminals, like the Yoruba criminal politicians. So you see all this gang, they are going to be the same thing too. It's a matter of time. Okay? Listen to this idiot from Lagos State.
I join my colleague, Honorable Rotimi Olowo, who believes in the indivisibility of the entity called Nigeria. Let me say that all ethnic jingoists or chauvinists who think that Nigeria would be better if we all secede, Yoruba, the Oduduwa nation, Hausa nation. Let me say that there are so many things. When Biafra was saying we are going, suddenly people of Niger Delta said, we are not going with you, we are Niger Delta people, we are not Biafrans. Let the North say they are going. That is when you will know that there are minority. The Benin people will say they are not part of the main North, and they will have about 15 different nations. Don't deceive yourself that when you say there is, we'll go Oduduwa nation. How are you sure that those of us in Lagos want to go to Oduduwa nation? How are you sure? Are you so sure? We are already 20 million. We are up to the population of Ghana. So you could do it alone. Why do I think that they can take the resources of Lagos to develop Ekiti State? We should think more of Nigeria than trying to divide it, because there are so many inherent problems that would be there for us when we start this division, demarcation, and what have you. People have said they've not seen development. I agree that the development is not what we desire. We can do better. But when I read Chief Awolowo, he said that when they were born, if you want the good things of life, you will walk from Kenne to Lagos. It's by you will walk, and sometimes you take boat. Now said, put lies to some of the things that I've heard in my life. He said Kenne was part of the colony of Lagos. And when Awolowo says something, that is the golden truth. Just read autobiography of Chief Awolowo. He said in the book, Ikenne was part of the colony of Lagos, and that they are citizens of the United Kingdom because they were using the passport of UK that they were using in Lagos.
See, I don't want to waste your time with listening to that idiot. I just want to have it on record that one idiot from Lagos State, who is a Tinubu slave, a privileged slave, he called himself honorable. Look at him. He's incoherent. He's more or less like so empty. He wanted you to believe that there's something wrong if people actually say, oh, they want to have their country. To him, he's already planting the seed, okay? So meanwhile, all this is just to make sure that the Oduduwa Republicans, right, they will never have the support of their supposed political leader. You don't need their support. You should just get rid of them. Do you get that now? If the populace says we are going, and these privileged criminals, politicians, says no, we have a better idea. But on the other hand, they agree with you that things are not working. They agree with you that Nigeria is more divided, but they keep asking you, we just need to do more. Then they will then start deviating, trying to bring all manner of rubbish to get you distracted from the main discussion, which is about the divided Nigeria that they should make official. Rabble-rousers, bunch of rogues, privileged criminals, who are also serving a senior, aging, drug-addict criminal from who they call their boss. And that is what the Yoruba agitators should pay attention to. By the time you have the clear, I met a Sunday Igbo, and that is why somehow I've been trying to bring him on the Maiyegun's diary to come and grill him. People who have been having time with Sunday Igbo, they have been trying to massage his ego most of the time, and he's enjoying himself, trying to throw about some untraceable, unfactual statement that you cannot really trace and back up with anything. It is more or less like what he told me when I met with him when I was in Nigeria. And he said, no matter the power the youth have to fight all this Baba, the youth cannot fight those Baba. He was so confident about that he told me, I remember, he told me that the Babas can spend any amount of money that will shock you. You will be shocked. And they deal in cash. They don't deal in electronic transfers. If they know that you are going to be a threat to what they are benefiting in that land, they will show you so much money. Igbo told me that. And I hope, I really wish I could drag him down on Maiyegun's diary and grill him so that I can say, listen, if they now bring you this money that you told me about, because you have been benefiting from them too. Sunday Igbo is a product of that rotten system as well. But hey, he's fighting for Oduduwa Republic. So I'm going to like him for that. I'm not going to try to oppose him for that. But I'm going to also take him for his own word because I know better too. So Tinubu, from my own intel, is now going about to give never seen before monetary offer to infiltrate the Oduduwa Republic Campaign so that at the end of the day, they can use that weapon and say only Tinubu can talk to the Oduduwa campaigners so that they can remain with the northern part of Nigeria, the northern terrorists who are holding back the country. So they will, excuse me, they will say, well, let's talk to Tinubu. If Tinubu, since the Igbo politicians cannot talk to the IPOB members and tell them to drop Biafra, maybe we should talk to Tinubu. And someone told me, said, the northern part of Nigeria, they have been cooking for the rest of Nigeria for the past 60 years. Now, the rest of Nigeria is about to cook for the northern part of Nigeria. We hope that they will be able to finish the food that the rest of Nigeria is going to dish out to them in the next following weeks, following months, and the next following years. So they will use every trick in the book, and they will infiltrate your camp. And before you know it, you will begin to hear Oduduwa Republicans, which we know some of them, by the way. An example is that lunatic in London, Adeyinka Grandiot. So they are willing to tell you that the only way to champion for Oduduwa Republic is to champion for Tinubu to be your president, so that after that, Oduduwa can now come. Shallow-minded criminals. Do not listen to them. Please, do not listen to them. So I'm going to take you further, and this time around, let's lighten up a bit. It's been like over an hour uninterrupted firework, okay? But let's listen to this from the Nigerian police, okay? Just laugh. That's what they do. They said they use that to boost their morale and all of that, but in their character out there, that's exactly what they do. Please, I am coming. I am coming when they call me. I know fi answer to the sweet. I am coming. By the time you calling, I know fi answer because to the sweet. Police officer, to boost their morale early in the morning. And when they walk onto the street and they see this Bakassi, they see this, what do you call it, Manchester, and they see this big Bakassi on the road, they get triggered and they begin to think how to arrest, abduct those women, to rape them, threaten them, that they should never say it out. Listen, that's the morale booster they get every morning. And they say, but it doesn't matter now, Maiyegun, it's just to boost their morale. Of course now, that boosted their morale all the time. And the result of that is what you have on the street every day. Okay. Meanwhile, there's this video I'm going to show you first. Watch it. It's from Kogi.
You should not buy food already.
Right. Their governor is actually not there, okay? He's there. It was in Ondo yesterday, telling the Ondo people that singing to them the popular song that they sang for him when he was massacring and butchering the people of Kogi State to force himself to get a second term. Can you beat that? And that's all he could tell them in Ondo. What are you saying? What are you talking? You go here and ta 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 ta. Those who sang the same song and those they got, those they coward with their police and military in Kogi State during elections. They are suffering it in Kogi State right now. That is one Nigeria for you. That's the only thing Nigeria will do for you. Nigeria will make a mess of you, even if you are even trying to do everything legit to get by. The criminals in charge are in overall destiny of yours that, bless you. I have something. Let me show this, because if I say the old emir is enjoying himself, is enjoying some freebies, some free monies that are indeed coming from those criminals in charge of Nigeria. They are funding him. He has no job whatsoever, or he's living his luxurious life unabated, uninterrupted, okay? But I have something too. This is from Anambra.
Ogamacha, if you call good morning, you don't call me. Yeah. You want to go?
Yes, ma'am. You
don't come back. No. 3 days in Tavan, I can't check you. I don't see you.
Come on, get you. You're a matter of easy. Oh, when I walk over,
Oh, I know what you. And then you were. Oh, what you? Wow, can I get your stuff? Huh? I can't
you know, Nigerians, they will find joy, or let me say, they just create joy out of some horrible situation, because it seems that's the only thing that keeps them going somehow. Because if not, I think it's this. Watch this too. That is Nigeria. Who in his own right senses, will say it is not that bad, and you should pray for such country, pray to continue to live like that? How do you guys sleep at night? How do you really feel, you horrible politicians there and your supporters? How do you really live? Well, it's true. A news came out, the investigation about the bomb blast in Lagos State. That explosion in Lagos State was actually a bomb. And then we have received the news that they set that up to create fear in Lagos State, to test ground, to test how people are going to undo when the bomb begins to go off in Lagos State. You see that idiot, that clown that said that Lagos State is a colony. Ikenne is a colony of Lagos State, right? Because Awolowo said that in a book, right? So that criminal will eventually run away from Lagos State. You should ask his old counterpart from Nasarawa, Zamfara, his counterpart in Borno, his counterpart in Yobe, Niger, if they are still able to go back to their constituencies with the terror unleashed on them by the Boko Haram terrorists and the bandits. You see that clown in Lagos? When the whole thing begins to go off, oh dear brothers and sisters, they will run away from Lagos State too. That their colony is talking about, many of them will run away and start finding another place to go to, because it has come out now to, that the blast in Lagos State in February or sometimes this year was actually a bomb blast to test ground. Do you know how many people who died? Over 26 people died in that explosion. Millions or billions of properties are destroyed. Guess what? Thousands of people suffered so many injuries as well. And it's just starting. Because when you have a lawless country, a disorganized country, where people prefer to live in denial, patch things up, make it look like it's not that bad. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, well, it's only the people that are talking about that are making it look bad. Well, this is a message from Alhaji Shekau, the one they are giving the money to. They have used over 4 trillion naira to combat this guy. They have killed him 4 times, but he's still there. But he dropped something that I want you to pay attention to. If you are a Yoruba man or woman watching me right now, you need to pay attention to this. This is no longer a propaganda in any way. It is what came out of the mouth of Alhaji Shekau. He actually, before now, when Alhaji Shekau make videos, this is where I said you should pay attention now. Nnamdi Kanu has been saying it that Buhari that is in Aso Rock is a fake Buhari, is an imported Buhari from Niger Republic or from Jubre from Sudan, Jubre al-Sudani. But he also came back to tell us that the current occupier of Aso Rock is not Bukuari, is a mask-wearing boyfriend of Aisha. All this sounded like a conspiracy to you. I'm not gonna let this one slide for the sake of my own friends. Yeah, for the sake of you who actually believe so much in Maiyegun that I can always give you the facts as long as I have access to them. Alhaji Shekau, in his videos, in his previous videos, always address Buhari, 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 Muhammadu Buhari, Shege Muhammadu Buhari, Banza Muhammadu Buhari. But in this latest video, he did not call Buhari Buhari. And I need you to listen to it. It's important you do. As a Yoruba person, normally the Biafrans have already concluded that you can't convince them. But it seems they are right. And many of you should begin to ask questions too. Listen to this.
Mohammed Yusuf, the president of Niger, you were among those who went to commiserate with Hollande, the grandson of Charlie. Mohammed Yusuf, is that your job? Mohammed Yusuf, you will see. President of Niger, you will see. Paul Biya, are you gripped by fear that you ask for help? Who will help you? Whoever will help you is no match for Allah. Idris Deby, the kings of Africa, you are late. I challenge you to attack me even now. I am ready.
I don't know if you picked that. There is no Mohammed Yusuf anywhere that is a president of anywhere. So don't come back and tell me that he said the president of Nigeria. No, it's president of Nigeria. Twice he said it. Mohammed Yusuf, Mohammed Yusuf, Mohammed Yusuf, not Mohammed Buhari, not Muhammad Buhari, Mohammed Yusuf, Mohammed Yusuf. You went to this place to talk to this person. You went to meet Idris Deby or IPOB in Cameroon. These are the regions where this guy gets paid to continue to kill civilians. And whenever his own contemporaries, his jihadist boys, were arrested, whenever they are arrested, there is always a waiting rehabilitation for them. Think, Amo. Reason now. Let's just continue. Just before we round it up, just to let you know They have started the rebranding of Tifnumbu, by the way. They said the moment they heard that Buhari is looking to, or let me say the northern criminals are looking for ways to pacify the southeasterners, the Biafrans, to draw their agitation, okay? So, however, maybe if they give them the presidency, and then the Igbo politicians who believe in one Nigeria are already jumping up and down to take up the challenge. Even the ex-convict, the born criminal, the career professional criminal called Oji Uzokalu, is also pushing himself forward to be the president of Nigeria. Why not? If a jihadist, a terrorist, Buhari can be your president, who says an ex-convict, an armed robber, a thief cannot be your president as well? It's just going to be esprit de corps. They are in the same WhatsApp group. Do you know that? So because of this, Tifnumbu self, himself don't be Igbo. If not the Igbo, we go take Sovereign. Everybody be Igbo now. So that's who they are. That's what they have become. Tricky criminals that will play on your intelligence a lot. And they are now pushing restructuring. And I don't know, even my Oga here, Dele Farotimi, agrees that why would they be afraid of a restructuring? Restructuring means that this is not actually working and then it should change. Then he put this forward, brilliantly presented.
Demand that Nigeria be. What is the argument against restructuring? What is the argument? There is no argument against restructuring. That is why President Buhari, General Buhari, will be talking about unpatriotism. What is unpatriotism? Who is more unpatriotic than the person who will take money to build a rail line to Maradi when you have children, over 14 million of them walking on the street, and then is building a rail line, 1.9 billion or something like that to Maradi? They are spending 36 billion or thereabout to renovate the National Assembly. Who is more unpatriotic? Patriotism should not be equalized with slavish support for stupid leaders whose only interest is to enslave the people. They are enslaving us. So to now be demanding, how can you ask me to be patriotic when you are busy decimating the future of my children whilst I'm still alive? So let's be clear. Nigerians asking for secession have genuine grievances that has battered their demands. But I cannot support it because I know that it is a distraction and it merely aids our oppressors and enslavers in obfuscating the real issues. The real issues are clear. It's about equality. No Nigerian, unless you are mad, you can't stand in front of me and tell me that I don't have a right to demand equality before the law. You cannot tell me that I don't have a right to demand to be treated the same as every other Nigerian, wherever they might come from in Nigeria. That is not an unreasonable demand to make. When we now leave those demands, and somebody, in fact, I even feel insulted sometimes. The people who are declaring the republic that I'm supposed to be a citizen of, some of them can't even articulate the grievances that has pushed them into declare. Okay, it's not their fault. Somebody was busy declaring something similar yesterday. Today is a millionaire many times over. Nigeria rewards madness, and that is why madness has become endemic. It rewards madness. If you think about it. We are sat down here, and there are real life issues plaguing Nigeria. Real life issues that should interest anybody that still retains a modicum of consciousness. People travel outside Nigeria. They're coming into the airport, and the minute they come through, they remove their brain. They check it into their luggage because they know that the retention of their brain will only lead to their untimely death, exploitation, in the hands either of the state or one of his agents. And then you tell me that the answer to that is secession. By the time you are done breaking up Yoruba land, okay, the Fulani ruler of Lagos State in the last 21 years, are we deporting him? The ones who have been busy ruling in Abia State, are they going to be deported to Zamfara or Katsina? This secessionist argument, anyone with half a brain should stop it. Is actually unedifying, because what we are
I'm not going to get you upset a lot with Dele Farotimi, but he's very much convinced in himself, like seriously convinced that yeah, we should go back to talking about how to fix Nigeria. Okay, we identified the problems, and the only solution is to try and use our brain and try to make it work, even though Dele Farotimi has no single solution to how to make Nigeria work. That's the problem. He is not happy that those who are asking for secession, those who want to have their country, are not articulating the reason why they want to have their country. But that is really, really ingenious of him, because they have repeatedly stated the reason why they want to secede. They have repeatedly stated the type of country they want to be in, why they are rejecting Nigeria. Well, I love him. I like Dele Farotimi. I do like him. With time, people like him are going to fall in line. Trust me. That's why I said time is all that matters. People like him will fall in line and realize that you don't have any conversation whatsoever with people who are already programmed to work the way they work and treat other people the way they treat them and make the system so rigged and unworkable. It is just a pattern. Why do you think Gani Fawehinmi became so popular? He was challenging the system. He was pointing out the reason why Nigeria is not working. He was pointing out all the characters behind those destruction of Nigeria. That's how Gani Fawehinmi became popular. Talk. But in all of that, he believed that Nigeria could work. He died disappointed because Nigeria got worse. Dele Farotimi, as brilliant as a boy is, which I respect a lot, I admire him a lot, is that he is not convinced that a movement can bring about a total overhaul that can break down a non-working system and create a better one in its placement. And until these intellectuals, our intellectual Igbos in Yoruba land, begin to understand that you cannot trade restructuring with people who have become billionaires by trading in a fake restructuring. You cannot beat them to their game. You will never find anybody that's going to walk that line and that route with you. But it's a matter of time. Do not feel offended. Do not feel slighted. Do not think Dele Farotimi doesn't know the value of having your own country, but it's just yet to be convinced. Guess what? By the time Egbon is finally convinced, he will be the champion for Oduduwa Republic. He will speak for Biafra with all his chest, because he will realize one thing. You can have 1 million TV appearances. You can write 1 million journals. It will not change anything about Nigeria. Nothing will change. It will get worse and worse and worse. And by the time Egbon is older, more, he will be regretting the opportunity he didn't take. He will be regretting why he didn't listen to the real agitators who believe that there is no means of communication that these barbarians understand. And he actually pointed out those that many groups have rejected. Tinubu has been rejected by a larger faction or fraction of Yoruba people. Dele Farotimi, as much as he loves Yoruba land, as much as he loves Nigeria, he also disproved of Tinubu. But he has no solution, any idea on how to get that Nigeria off his dream. There are those before him. They died disappointed. Okay? Are you with me? They died disappointed. And Egbon, if you are watching this broadcast, just know that I respect you a lot. And that is why you are an asset that needs to be converted to the right cause. Because when you believe in that cause, you have the potential of convincing many of us in this generation that indeed we can actually have leadership in you. Yes, if you are worried that what are we going to do about the criminals that are ruling Yoruba now? Don't fret. People like you can be part of that Yoruba Republic and build the country that we want. You cannot convince an Hausa man. You cannot convince a Fulani man. You cannot convince an Igbo man that you can make Nigeria work for them. Forget it. Or you can convince a Yoruba man that you can make Oduduwa Republic work. That is why all our intellectuals in Yoruba land should stop this argument. Stop trying to think you have the solution to what will make Nigeria work. Stop it. Because you will talk. Your brother can even be the president and you will still face the worst of system of governance. Was Obasanjo never a president? Are the Yorubas better off than the rest of the country? What policy are you talking about? What kind of country are you actually looking for? Egbon, you will join us with time. By the time this whole course becomes clearer and we begin to separate the wheat from the chaff and all that, you will join us. And that is why I had this program called The Conversation. My friends don't like listening to people like Dele Farotimi, but I love listening to them because I know that it's because of the conviction they have about Nigeria that makes them feel like they can still do anything. You can't. You can talk and talk and talk and talk. You can always talk, but it will not change anything. And that is why many of us who knows better also believe that until you begin to push to break away Nigeria, even the criminals in Yoruba land will think they have been made for life as long as Nigeria exists and pays their bills. Someone like this who live off the people, they call him a former emir. Guy just the flex. And I have a video of him, how he left Nigeria and arrived in London, because that's what they do. Bunch of criminals, bunch of rogues using religion, using tribe, using class, and using every other means to manipulate the gullible ones. I'm talking about the educated morons that they actually are able to convince. I'm never convinced about them. No, it will be a difficult one. Watch this. So that's him. He was living in Nigeria, and then he arrived London same day. That's how they work. They push themselves in the plane, private jets from Nigeria to London. Oh, I'm going to go have some rest. The lockdown is over. I'm going to go into London. And they go about spending the Kaduna State money, spending every money they can find or loot and steal from you through the connivance and the support of the criminals you call your governors everywhere. And that's what they do. That's why Nigeria cannot break. They will tell you Nigeria should not break. Why should Nigeria break now? Let us just settle and live in poverty together. Why can't we just continue to live in the poverty? At least it's our poverty now. Don't break it up. At least let's live in that poverty. What kind of a country is that? And that is why you should. And another way to let you know that they've divided your Nigeria and you just need to brace up is this. In Nigeria, they have law for different set of people. In fact, some can actually make their own law and punish you according to their religion. They call it the Sharia law, okay? The Sharia law, the fake law that is only meant for the poor. And the poor are actually clapping, by the way. So today, they have the moral police in the northern part of Nigeria, Kano, to be precise. And this is the list of what they can punish you for. If you have any of this on you, you are violating the Sharia law. And they can say they should go and kill you. Do you know that? If you are wearing a sagging, if you sag your trousers, or if you have, they call it stupid haircut. I don't know what PES means, but if they see you staying out late past 6 p.m. in the market to sell goods, carrying of 2 women on motorcycle, use of curved plate and bows. Curved plate and bows is a sin in Kano. You can go to jail for it. Listening or dancing to music by DJ Wasigidi. What the hell is this? A useless country where you have educated people, but they are so blinded by their fake religion and their fake God in their fake country that they ended up treating their people worse than slaves. Is an alert. Run, run, run. If you can break up Nigeria tomorrow, do it now. So I'm going to follow up on the protest across the country against SARS today. I'm going to come back later this evening with some clips of the event. Hopefully, we will not have any reason to regret, to call them out again. The criminal police in Nigeria, they seems to be getting the memo. They couldn't stop it through their Naira Marley and the rest of all those shenanigan distractions they brought up in the last few days. They couldn't. And today, the people have declared 3 days non-stop protest. They will be sleeping at different police stations in Nigeria. Until there is no more SARS criminals and kidnappers on the street. I love that. Yes, I told you that Omoyele Sowore is a champion that you must respect by all means. You must respect him even if you disagree with him. And this is the reason why. Omoyele Sowore and the core team, the Coalition for Revolution, the team jeering the people, making the people realize that, fuck them. Yes, they have guns. They have nothing else. With your numbers, you can overrun them. And gradually, people are beginning to believe that, yes, they can actually stand up against their government. They don't have to wait for any politicians to fund that. They just needed to have the courage. Sowore preparing the Nigerians for the eventual catalyst revolution that will help, indeed, end that shito. Okay? And that's why you shouldn't fight Sowore. Sowore is not someone you should fight. Because you know what he's doing? You're going to need the numbers. You're going to need courageous people on the street. You're going to need people who are going to take on the government. You are going to need people who are not going to run away from the guns. And gradually, you are getting that number. People are going to police headquarters to protest. Before, they sent police to them on the street to attack and kill them. And people are now saying, we are not going to do it on the street anymore. We are going to go to their police office so that they can kill us there. And the whole world can see it. That is the courage that you should give to Omoyele Sowore. You should give it to him, even if you disagree with him, okay? For people like us who are smarter enough to know the ripple effect of that is going on in Nigeria, we are counting days. And in no time, the real revolution you are asking for will hit the street, and everything about fake Nigeria will collapse right before your eyes. Those who are saying Oduduwa Republic is never going to come, those who are saying Biafra will never come, right before your eyes, you will witness the revolution that's going to bring it about. The fake constitution they are talking about, that they have refused to amend and include referendum in, they will be forced to put that referendum in, and they will be forced to conduct a referendum, not just in Yoruba land, not just in Biafra land, but across many other lands who want to be free from that contraption. Listen, you don't have to believe everything I tell you, but just pray for the long life, to live long enough to witness it. You cannot stop it. It is already happening. It is already brewing. The Nigerians, you know, then, that you feel are docile, they are gaining that momentum. It doesn't matter where it is coming from. It will eat them and eat them so bad that they will eat their words, including you, that doesn't believe that that's going to happen. I'll see you later tonight, if you can keep it up with me. Thank you to all of you who took out your time to listen this morning. I know many of you are at work. Some people are going to watch this video later, but let me give this shout out to this my super sticker friends. As usual, I am grateful for that. Thank you so much, Gladys Adebola. You are a wonderful person, just like many of you are. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Another one is another super sticker from this my Oga here, Dule. Another one from, I don't know what dollar is that. Maybe it's I don't know. But whoever it is, thank you so much for even thinking it, using that super chat and super sticker. Listen, guys, you cannot miss any of my program when I'm live, only if you subscribe to the channel. Do it. It's under the video you are watching. Subscribe there. And if you feel like, well, I'm going to be Maiyegun's diary political member, you can be a member too. There's also a join button below this video. You can click that. But that comes with a monthly subscription, which is a minimum of £1.99. You can take that up anywhere. It is what YouTube put together to support us, the creative content creators on YouTube. What do you think? I'm grateful to all of you for making this even more better than we thought. And eventually we will build it to the best that we want it to be, where we will be unhindered, unstoppable. And don't forget, www.diasporaradiointernational.com is streaming live. You can go on there and listen to some of my replays. You can listen to some beautiful music. And yeah, it's just going to get better and better and better until something moves, something changes. And until then, keep it a date with me. I'll meet you later tonight, anytime from 9 p.m. Good morning.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Presido bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Kíkó nìna kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Òwúrọ̀ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra